So let's look at setting up your pick list updates on the Forever Free edition. If you come to the setup menu at the top, and we've got pick list updates. If we go into here, as you're doing the initial setup, probably best to look at the trading names first. So we'll click on there, we'll have a look in there. The information that's displayed in here is pulled through from the license information that you've put on. So if you've got a different address that you want to put on, perhaps a unit address that you want to put on instead of perhaps a home address that you've put on the license, you can change that in this section here. You can highlight the line and that'll offer you the options there. It's obviously got your trading name in, and the address is the next field along. If you click into the address field, there's a little box appears with a couple of dots on. If you click that, it opens up an editing field. Now, the important thing to remember in here is to enter this address in here in the format that, for instance, you'd like it to appear on an envelope. And if you enter it in that sort of format, that's also how it will appear on the documents that are automatically produced by GetBookedUp. So enter it in that format there. Click OK on that one. You'll notice that there's no postcode in the address field there. That's kept separately here, and you put the postcode in there, and that's so GetBookedUp can use that separately in the system if it needs to. And then you can put the contact telephone number that you want to display about your business, your email, and this is where you can update your VAT number as well. So you can update and add your VAT number in there. And in this edition, it will be ticked in here as this is your usual trading name. So let's work through the other pick list items on here. If we go to client type 1, if we click into there, you'll see that the system's default setup is commercial, domestic insurance, landlord and tenant, and we've set it so that you can set the client default as domestic in this. So within the system there's a drop down box that allows you to choose the client type as you enter them, and it will automatically default to domestic in each record as you add them. So let's quickly look at how you can edit pick lists in here. This is what's default downloaded, as I said. There's a button at the top right here that says new. If we click the new button, it adds a new field in there for your client type. So you may want to put in here something like hotel if you want to further categorize the client types. And if you wanted hotel to be the default type of client that you're adding, you can just put a tick in the box for hotel, and each client that you add will automatically default to being a hotel type client. So I'm just going to change that back to domestic. Now obviously if you want to delete any of these, so let's click the hotel one again that we've just put on. If you want to delete anything from any of these pick lists, the button that was new, alongside it there's a drop down box that allows you to change it to a delete button, change it to delete, hit the delete button, and that'll remove that from there. Now if you do make a mistake and delete one in error, we've put a undo delete button at the top here, and you can click that and that'll undo the delete that you've just done. So I'm just going to hit the delete button and delete that again, and then what we recommend is that you quickly change this back from delete back to new, and then you're not going to accidentally delete any as you go further. So the next thing that you can edit in the Forever Free edition is the extras codes. So if we have a look in there, you'll see we've just put some samples in there. We've put the extra code AAA for anti-allergen treatment, deodorizer, flame retardant treatment and sanitizer. So this is where if you've quoted for cleaning a carpet, cleaning and protecting a carpet, you may also want to quote a separate price on the end for an extra treatment of the anti-allergen or deodorizer or sanitizer, and you can put that as an extra item onto the line item that you've entered. So this is where you can add and amend those as well. The next one in here is name titles. And again, it's come down with the default ones in. If you want to delete some of these, you can. If you want to add, again, you can use the new button to add new ones in here as well. Okay, so there's just two other pick lists that we need to look at updating before you start using your system. And then there are two at the bottom here. So we've got where did you find our number today and where did you first hear about us? Now, they're two slightly different questions, and I'll explain why we ask those two questions. The first one we ask is, where did you first hear about us? And that's so that we know where every client knows about our business. So in here, we've got a list of all the advertising medium that we use. So we do 5 around leaflets, we have the BT Classified book, the BT phone book, we've done exhibitions, they may just be familiar with the name, or they've got you from Google. So you can split and put all your advertising sources in here. We've imported these and set these up for you so that you've got something to go from. Just delete any that aren't applicable to you and add in any of the additional sources that you use. So for instance, if you advertise in a church magazine, you can click the new button and add in church magazine, church mag, and that adds that onto your pick list. So that's the first question we ask somebody. Can I just ask you where you first heard about us? And you'll choose that from one of these the items on this list here. So that's great for finding out what advertising is working for new customers that are coming in. But for instance, if you ask the client where did they first hear about you, and they say a referral, they heard about you from a friend, you would mark that as a referral. Now, that's great because that means you're getting plenty of referral work, you're doing a good job, so people are recommending you. But that doesn't tell you where they've actually got your telephone number from, so what advertising is actually working. Because what you often find is that a referral customer, if you mark that as where did you first hear about as referral, and then you ask the second question, where did you get our telephone number from? You'll find out that they may have gone to the Yellow Pages, they may have Googled you, or it may be that your friends passed on a notepad or something like that. So by asking a second question, where did you find our telephone number today? And that's set up on this pick list here. And you would add in all those criteria that are repeated from here. So where did you first hear about us? Copy all the information onto the where did you find our telephone number today. So the example I've just used was church magazine. So I need to make sure that I click new and add church mag onto here. And in the example I used before, where did you first hear about as a referral? When you then ask the second question, where did you find our telephone number today? It may well be that they've got the church magazine and that's prompted them to give you a call. So you'll see in the other tutorials for how you enter new clients onto the system where these come in. So that's it. You've got your pick list updates done and set up in the Forever Free edition.